Hello everybody, it is Reed Mahalko from readaboutsex.com broadcasting you from relationship10x.com, where we transform your relationships by a factor of 10 in just 10 minutes a day. And our holiday challenge is that we're giving you 3 free videos. This is number 3, but there's a bonus video. And these videos are going to be 10 minutes of relationship training, small bite-sized nuggets that you can implement to transform your relationships, because sometimes these grand philosophical relationship ideas are just too hard to implement. And we have busy days and busy lives, and the holidays are busier than ever. So how do you transform your relationships so that there's more fun and ease in them? And in today's video, I'm going to teach you why relationships are failing faster than ever before, why people are so upset or unsatisfied in their relationships, and what you can do to start transforming that. So let's get started. I've got my iPhone timer. I'm going to set it, and let's see if we can get this done in 10 minutes. So first off, recap. If you saw video number 2, and thank you for all your comments and all the buzz that's being created by everything. I'm super appreciative about how much this information is getting around. Video number 2, if you didn't watch it already, you can jump back and watch it. We talked about the difficult conversation formula, how you can start speaking up about the things you've been withholding for so long. It is my belief that it's what you're not saying that's destroying your relationships. And that also includes the good stuff. Withheld appreciations and affirmations and acknowledgment over the relationship are just as detrimental as withholding all the scary stuff that you're afraid to talk about. And if you watch video number 1, you found out that for those of us who are oriented around romance like dogs, affirmations are super important. So if you haven't watched video 1, jump back and watch that video and get your romance home run homework in, because in the 4th video, the bonus video, we're going to announce our Sex Geek t-shirt winner. All right, so why are relationships failing more now than ever? Well, I have a theory, and I think it's a pretty good one. Basically, the reasons, the ways that we measure success in relationship have changed. It used to be, in our great-grandparents' day especially, you measured success in a relationship by duration. The longer your relationship lasted, the more successful it was, the more proof that you had that you'd won. If you got married and you had kids and then you had grandchildren and you got to watch them grow up and you guys were still together, you won at the game of life. Well, nowadays, duration, I don't think, is the metrics. It's changed. And no one's really talking about it as much, although you can kind of see it out there in the ripples of what's going on in relationships. The other big thing that people were taught to do by culture and by the role modeling of the relationships we've grown up in is most people have picked up this bad habit. Okay, this is a bad habit. And basically what it is that most people ask for what they think other people are going to be a yes to. Most people are asking for, they're calculating, they're paying attention in their relationships and trying to figure out what is it that the other person is going to be a yes to or actually okay with. We basically don't want to rock the boat in our relationships because we want them to last longer. What this ends up doing is you end up walking on eggshells in order to serve your relationship, in order for it to last longer. And that's problematic over time, because now we live in a relationship world where duration is not the metric anymore. The metric has changed. Rather than duration, I think what it is these days is its depth. It's how deep do you go in your relationships? How honest, how transparent. That's the new commitment. Honesty and transparency is now the new fidelity in the relationship world, but people haven't started talking about it like this yet. And what that ends up doing is, if depth, if honesty, if transparency is how you show your commitment to your relationships, then this idea of asking for what you think other people will be okay with, that's changing too. So it's not just okay with, it's not even that anymore. I mean, hopefully your partners are going to be able to handle your honesty. But now, rather than this, you have to actually ask for what your truth is. What do you really want? What's real for you? Being honest and transparent and sharing your truth is not only going to bring your relationship deeper, but it threatens that it could end the relationship altogether. By you being absolutely honest and having the conversations, those difficult conversations that you think will end the relationship, if the relationship doesn't end, if you guys end up staying together, then you're living a relationship with a capital R. And that's really what 10x relationship 10x is all about. If you want to transform your relationships by a factor of 10, start going for depth and truth rather than walking on eggshells. And that's going to be a little bit hard to do, but I'm going to give you a particular way of approaching it. Okay? It starts off a lot in people in their dating world. What we try to do, and the way we were taught in culture, is that we want to basically attract people. So I'm going to figure out what I need to say or do or wear so that you will be attracted to me. You will find me alluring. You will find me irresistible. And that takes a lot of bandwidth. I'm spending a lot of time trying to figure out what to do that's perfect, that's going to work in my favor. Rather than that, I think what we should be doing, what the actual, relationship economy is now, is it's not so much attraction as it's self-expression. Self-expression is now what I think is the new economy in relationships, where this will create more ease and openness and happiness in your relationship world, in your communities, with your friends, with your family. Well, maybe not your mom. Maybe your mom doesn't want you to be that self-expressed. But if you pardon the comedy, you figuring out who you want to be, what makes you happiest in the world, and being that, as loud and as proud as you feel like you can be. And then seeing, when you're self-expressed, who's attracted to it. This is where I think relationships are actually going, and this is what, part of what Relationship 10X is all about. Getting you to be more self-expressed, more transparent in your relationships. One, so that you're happier. But two, so that the people who are choosing into having a relationship with you are actually having a relationship with the real you. And you being the real you, while that can feel really scary, is ultimately going to be something that makes you happier and takes way less bandwidth and energy in your life than you trying to figure out how to keep somebody attracted to you. Where this is super, super useful and important is when you start being the person who is being who you want to be. You're now role modeling. You're now a role model and giving permission to the people in your relationship world to be like that, to be their version of self-expressed. If you add into that they're also getting better at having difficult conversations, that they know how to make you feel romanced, now it all starts to come together. You're starting to basically weave a relationship where you don't have to hide anymore, And the people that you're in a relationship with aren't hiding either. It doesn't guarantee that you will stay together forever, but that's not the point anymore. Because what you want to do is you want to be more honest and go deeper in your relationships. And the deeper that you go and the more honest that you are and the happier that you are and the happier that your partners are, there's a lot of room for you guys to figure out what your relationship will be together. And ideally, you're going to be happier, there'll be more ease, there'll be a lot more feelings of connectedness. And the point isn't to stay together longer, it's to go deeper. And in going deeper, a side benefit of being more self-expressed and more honest with each other is that people often choose to stay together longer. And relationships in this day and age are not about have-tos, but about get-tos. And if you want to expand your relationship, deepen it, strengthen it, create more success in it by a factor of 10, these 3 principles, how to keep your partner feeling romanced and loved, how to have the difficult conversations, and being more self-expressed. Those 3 core concepts, plus a whole bunch of other ones that we can share, but those 3 core ones are the ones I want to give you for the holidays. Now, join us tomorrow or a couple of days. You'll be getting a video if you opted in, if you put your name and your email on the side, and you're getting these emails, these notices that the videos are up. We're going to be talking about in a couple of days how to listen to your partner's body, which is a really useful skill, and you can use that to basically expand your abilities in bed. If you're into that kind of thing. Being able to listen to your partner's body, irregardless, is a really useful skill set, whether you're using it in bed or just using it at the dinner table. My goal is that you have more fun and ease this holiday season, and that if these tools, these tips, these tricks, these philosophies in these 10-minute chunks have been useful for you, then after the 4th video, I'm going to talk about a whole possibility of you taking these 10-minute bites, these small bites, and integrating them into your life. There's a whole program for you to kick off 2013 and take all that resolution, New Year's resolution, and I want to, make my relationships and my life better. I've got a whole 6-week program for you about how to take 10-minute bite-sized chunks of information throughout the week and integrate them so that these big tools and tips and tricks actually help you break your old habits and install and anchor new habits in your relationships. So please leave your comments below. Let me know what you think of this stuff. How does the self-expression versus attraction economy in relationships? How does that feel for you? What do you think? Let me know. Let me know. If you haven't watched the other videos, please watch them. And let's see. I think we finished in 10 minutes. And I've just been talking for another 2 minutes, so I'm going to leave you go now. Thank you so much for being a part of Relationship 10X, and happy holidays, everyone.